Hello, it's singing time. Feeling negative and we want to break free of the terrible thoughts. Not terrible, helpful. We simply think they're terrible because it doesn't feel good. Because we might be feeling like a failure or rejected, unloved, uncared for. And we don't feel good and we might have extreme kinds of thoughts. Always, never, love, hate. Not coping, being terrible, blah, 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 vomit, vomit, vomit. What's the function and purpose of our thoughts? Okay, we can analyze that, but sometimes we don't have the time, we don't have the resources, we don't have the energy. And let's go with a little song. I want to break free. I want to break free. I want to break free from your life. I don't you self-satisfied. I don't need you. I want to break free. God knows. God knows I want to break free. I did not fall in love. I did not fall in love. But I felt with hate for the first time. I don't need you. We can have extremes of love and hate. Extremes, extremes, extremes. Let's follow the middle path, the middle road. Let's find our center and balance. In the meantime, to create some distance between our thoughts and our feelings and observing ourselves. What am I thinking? What am I observing? Let me the touch. I see myself thinking. I see myself feeling. And then, this is me. This is my thoughts. I'll put them in my hands. I want to break free. I want to break free. I want to break free from your life. You're so satisfied. I don't need you. I want to break free. God knows. I know I want to break free. If you're going to fall in love, let's fall in love with ourselves, okay? Yes, the love songs is about loving someone else, loving someone else, loving someone else, putting someone on a pedestal, and we just, and someone else on a pedestal, we hear her. Okay, let's put ourselves on a pedestal. I love myself. No, with the love ourselves, that we self-accept the good and the bad, the light and dark. And so, not to say that we are better than someone else's, not to say, because we are, no, we're not. Equals. 2 and 2 is 4. Equals. No, we don't want to put someone else's down and we goes up. No, that's wrong. It's more wrong. The only time you put someone else's up is if they are lighter. You're carrying them on your shoulders and they're lighter. You put them up on your shoulders, you can carry them. But if they're heavier, same level, my friend. Okay, you don't want to put them down so you can feel superior. That's not good. Okay. Because if you try to feel yourself better by making yourself superior and make someone else's weaker and terrible and horrible, and you can feel good about yourself, guess what? It's gonna backfire. Because that's not truly the way to feel good and better. All races, all people, all ages, all genders, all backgrounds have good and bad. Just people have opportunities and skills and ways of looking through no fault of themselves, and that's what they are, and that's where they are, and that's where you are, and that's where I am. I am right here on the floor. In the bathroom, what are you? Okay, so we are where we are. Let's not beat ourselves. Yes, we can do better. They can do better, but in the moment, we're doing the best we can. They're doing the best they can. Everyone is doing the best they can in each given moment until we know better. Okay. So, and then when those thoughts come, I want to break free. If you want to, instead of ruminating, same thoughts that keep on going round and round, going nowhere. Give something to your brain to focus on. The lyrics of a song or a mantra. I want to break free. 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 Oh, I want to break free. definitely don't need this conflict. No, it doesn't bring the best in me, it doesn't bring the best of others, doesn't bring the best of anything. So I want to break free from conflict. Might be wise to engage in behaviours within the things that I can control and let go of the rest. Might I have the courage to step up in assertiveness to influence and change the things that I can control? And might I just be wise to notice and accept the things I cannot control? Might I take steps to find myself and bring myself into safety, physical, emotionally? To rest is outside. May I embrace the good and the bad. May I return to peace and calm and grounding myself. And when I've got too much momentum, I can just become a singer. I want to break free. I want to break free. I want to break free. You're so self-satisfied. I don't need you. You look good. I want to break free. Doesn't he look good? Yeah, don't even want. You know, I'll relax. Taking the sun rays in. He's totally free from worry, isn't he? Is he handsome and gorgeous? Not advertising, just a pure coincidence. Actually, I want to break free. I'll behave. Okay, so often we want to break free from the things that makes us feel less than good, and we want others to change things, to change circumstances, to change that. But often than not, that is outside of our control. We can do our best to influence, but there's no guarantees. And often when we think we're trying to influence, actually we are putting pressure, more strength, and often things just backfire and don't go, and we tend to get a little bit tighter on our persuasion, a bit heavier, a bit more forceful, and forget the fine line between being assertive and assertive and passive aggressive. And we try to use our energy on things and people and circumstances that are beyond our control. So let's bring back. I want to break free from the thoughts that no longer serve me, the behaviours that no longer serve me. And I want to replace those thoughts and those behaviours with something that is more helpful, more balanced, in line with my values, in line with the person that I want to be. I want to break free from the past, what I've done, and I want to just keep the lessons. I want to break free from worrying insensibly about the future and just take the steps that I need to solve the problems today and create possible winning solutions for the future, but in a way that is balanced, because the future is not here, so we might go one way or another on a range of multitude ways. So become free from the thoughts, from the mind, from the heaviness of the heart, the resentments. Free to become present and peaceful, calm, relaxed, optimistic. I am safe. I am okay. I am good enough. Peace and love to my heart, mind, body and soul. More often than not, the only thing we want to break free is from our thoughts, of the shoulds, of the must, of the oughts. We want to break free from the things that hold us back, the things that keeps us down, the limiting beliefs, the meaning that we give to things. Just can see things as the worst. Or, yes, it is the problem, and within the problems there are solutions, and there are opportunities, and there are goods and neutrals. And if something does not have solutions, that is the solution where I can learn to cope, to adjust, to adapt, to learn, to manage the best that I can, to tolerate, to have the courage to change the things that I can change within my control. And have that serenity to accept those things that I cannot change, and find ways to improve the moment, to improve the way that I feel, tolerate that discomfort, and knowing that challenges are part of life, negativity is part of life, and feelings, and I can find ways to soothe, to comfort, to bring optimism and positivity. Sometimes those seeds just need a little watering, a little warmth, a little love, so they can blossom and grow. I want to break free, and instead I want to welcome and accept peace, gratitude, optimism, positivity, knowing that challenges are temporary. They might take some time to solve and resolve, but it's a temporary setback, a temporary challenge. I'm more resilient than I give myself credit for. I have more capabilities and abilities than I give myself credit for. Then I recognize, that I notice, that I know. And ultimately I have the ability to learn, to adjust, even if it is at a baby step at a time, at the pace that is manageable for me. It's not a competition between me and someone else's. It's not what I was able to and now I'm able to. As each given moment, how can I improve this moment? And remind myself, in this context, in this time, in this moment, am I physically safe? If I'm not, then I remove myself into safety, public space. And am I emotionally safe? And if I'm not, what can I do to create emotional distance or safety? Can I create safety for myself? For putting a stop. My thoughts are going down the road of judging, criticizing, putting me down. Stop. Where does these thoughts come from? If we look ourselves in the mirror and we find ourselves having sentences or words being played to us. You're a failure, no one loves you. Whatever thoughts might be coming up, you look terrible, you're no good. So whenever those thoughts come up, just ask, where does these thoughts come from? And we might recognize them, that they come from a person in our past or present that might have said that to us at some point in time, or have repeatedly said that to us, or we've said those things to ourselves at some point. So these thoughts belong to this person, belong to person A, B or C, and might even recognize they don't always say that. Then when they feel distress or they don't manage their energy, their thoughts, their feelings, and when they feel terrible, they tend to go down that path of judging, criticizing, putting down, saying horrible things. So those thoughts belong to that person. You don't belong to me. I choose to see myself in balance. And then being a bit more compassionate. I made a mistake. I can learn from this mistake. I can create steps, or I can put steps in place to minimize my vulnerabilities, to minimize repeating the same mistake again. Look at ourselves with compassion. I'm a human being, and all human beings, including myself, sometimes do things that we're not proud of, or is the best that we want to. And we can learn to forgive ourselves and others. So I want to break free. What do you want to break free from? Thoughts and labels that belong to someone else's, and belongs in the past, which said by someone else's that was disconnected in a moment. Or thoughts that we have said to ourselves, or words we say to ourselves. Okay, that was our label, but now we choose to see ourselves differently, with someone that sometimes can make mistakes, but we can learn from our mistakes. And then we recognize now we know better, so we can make different choices and decisions. What do we want to break free from? Not recognizing our strengths and abilities. In what way can we take that as an exercise to see the ways that we are coping every day, the ways that we are succeeding, the ways that we are achieving, the good things that we are doing. So we want to break free and replace the thoughts and the actions with something else that is more helpful, more balanced, more accurate, more supportive of ourselves, more in line with the values that we want to have, and the person we want to, and the ones going to help us take the actions to enrich, solve, feel better. I want to break free. And instead, take it easy. Relax, one step at a time. Bit by bit we'll get there. I can do this. What a wonderful world. From my heart, big hug. What do you want to break free from? Then find something to replace with that is more balanced and in line with the values you want to live and the person you want to be. If you want to break free from conflict, then find ways of learning how to manage conflict in a more healthy manner, how to create safety, physical and emotional safety. And then once you've identified those ways and those steps, practice them so you can avoid getting yourself getting sucked in, or even just say up front, I don't feel good, I don't want to engage in this conversation or in this, because I'm only going to say or do something that I later regret, or my mood is too low. I don't want to engage because there's a risk that I'm going to end up saying or doing something that I will regret. It isn't going nowhere productive or helpful. I'm removing myself from the situation. So giving that warning to ourselves and others, knowing when it's time to act and when it's time to step back, knowing our limits. Yes, we might have more capacity and a bigger ability, but what's our limit in the moment? Am I feeling more vulnerable? Am I feeling more tired? Am I feeling more negative than usual? So what is the limits in the moment? And then when you're more in control, more balanced, then you can take bigger steps, bigger strides, and we adjust that pace every day and every moment, living each day and each moment at a time. I'm going to focus on one day at a time. I'm going to focus on one moment at a time, because this is more manageable and it's easier to see myself coping, to see myself succeeding, to see myself managing. I'll take rests, and when I have more energy and I can do better, then I'll do better. Don't beat yourself up. Have compassion instead. Replace the whip of punishing with a soothing wand of compassion. Replace the whip of judgment and criticism and shoulds and musts and oughts with a wand of compassion and flexibility and tolerance. Bring some light into the dark moments and a form of optimism and a hopefulness. And in order to have hope, just a little drop, tiny little baby seed, a little flick of light, tiny little anchor of peace and relief and soothing and comfort, that thus put a pause and anchor us. Then bit by bit we start creating the peace that we need, the light that we crave, the soothing and safety that we seek, and the love that we need. I can break free and find peace. I can break free from the chaos and find peace.